minsan tayo pa yung pumipigil sa sarili natin na gumawa ng something great. Sometimes we just have to allow ourselves to step outside of the box. Nahahappy ako kasi I get to speak straight Bisaya with the kids. It was very grounding for me to be able to do that film and to remind myself of my roots. We had shot the trailer back in 2019 and our plans noon was to shoot the full movie ng 2020. And then unfortunately, yun nga po, the pandemic happened and so we had to stop operations for a while. But we resumed noong 2022 na po to film the whole thing. And I'm happy lang po na yun natuloy pa rin and kinonsider pa rin po ako nila Miss Rachel and like the producers nila Miss Girly and Miss Celeste to be a part of the film as Ma'am Alma. Ayun lang, ang dami lang din pong I feel na pagdaanan ng movie na parang ang daming naging obstacles and even submitting it also for other film festivals. But I'm so happy na finally it has gotten its recognition that I feel it deserves, especially the story. Ayun, ma-enjoy na din po ng mga kababayan natin dito po. I really could not fathom. Hindi mo ako makapaniwala kasi syempre yung mga other films din po na nandun, a lot of the yung mga actors and actresses din dun are yung mga matagal na po sa of doing that, mga ano na din talaga yung that's really their profession and they're really great at it. And so for me, I really didn't expect anything po. I wanted to be present of course for the premiere, to show support also of our film there in LA. And even just the mere fact po na na-nominate, I think is already so big for me kasi yun nga, hindi ko inakala. Pero I'm happy na yun. It has been given recognition po, not just me, pero pati din po yung si Miss Rachel also as Best Supporting Actress and si Noel, Best Young Actor, Supporting Actor also, and of course the whole film. It also got Best Picture. That is voted po by the people who got to watch. So I think that's a bigger thing pa po na mga nanood sila po mismo yung nag-vote. And so we're very happy po sa lahat sa overwhelming support po ng mga kababayan din namin doon to choose our film din po. So I actually got to meet naman po Ma'am Alma back in 2019 during the shooting of the trailer. And again, nung 2022 na din, when we were back there, we were actually in Bohol for a whole month to shoot the film. I think the biggest thing for me, especially in the side of the film, is isa sa mga realizations ko, playing her role is minsan tayo pa yung pumipigil sa sarili natin na gumawa ng something great. Sometimes we just have to allow ourselves to step outside of the box also. And yung really remind ourselves of the love that we have from family and yung mga nagmamahal at susuporta talaga sa atin. Of course, yung faith din po. Sobrang big factor din po kay Ma'am Alma yung faith niya kasi syempre, yun yung nagpapatibay sa kanya to continue doing what she's doing. Yun po. She's at her 70s, 80s now. She's like, parang lola ko siya. Like every time I'm with her, parang ko kasama yung lola ko kasi she's very soft-spoken and very down-to-earth, very kind soul po talaga. I know that she still travels with the kids, but not all the time. I think now she's enjoying her life, of course. She still loves being in Bohol. Out of anywhere in the world, uuwi pa rin po siya sa Loboc. Sa Loboc po, yes. So din sila, mga tulad ko din po, mga wala din masyadong experience when it comes to acting. Of course, they've been performing all their lives also. But when it comes to acting, it's also very new. And so, one of the things that I always talk to, like sila Derek King, who's our director, yung parang natutuwa kami kasi napaka-natural pa rin nila. I think it's because hindi naman kasi nagkalayo yung role nila sila sa role na pinoportray nila. I think I gained a greater appreciation po with the art of course, yung conducting. Although I am a performer naman, iba din po yung pagiging soloista sa kasama sa group. And syempre, I also had the opportunity naman po to sing alongside mga choirs and even mga orchestras. And of course, I do observe also yung mga conductors. Syempre, yun po, it is a skill that has to be mastered. Right before we started filming, we did have a couple sessions naman po of just how to, like, yung mas natural, yung pinaka-natural. And so I was just observing yung current conductor po ng kids ngayon, si Ma'am Leia. I was just observing how she did it and like trying to embody myself. But I think when it came to the beat naman, it was already kind of similar, being a musician na din po. Hindi din madali yung trying to conduct and be a leader of the team. Yun. And so, syempre, diba, yung kids, in our film, sa Loboc Children's Choir, in any choir, I feel, they have to depend on their conductor. And so, ayun, nakakatuwa lang being able to really understand that and portray that po in the film. Of course, Tito Martin. And I'm so happy na even hanggang ngayon kasama ko pa rin kinukuha pa rin ako ni Tito Martin sa mga events niya. Like, ako natutuwa ako dun kasi I get to learn from him. Sila Tito Gary, sila Miss Reg also, and we're doing like mga ASAP, like ang dami niyang mga advice lang din, like continuous advice with everything that she's learned also. She's also just passing it down to the newer artists. And so, marami po. And then si Tito Gary, of course, like a lot of he has lots of words of wisdom for everybody talaga. And I think the biggest takeaway with Tito Gary is he always offers, I mean, his whole life, diba? But he always offers all the glory that people give him to God. That's also someone that I really truly look up to, diba? Kasi ultimately, siya naman po si God naman po nag-bless sa atin itong mga gifts na to, and so we want to be grateful and ino-nourish din to para i-share din po sa ibang tao, kasi I feel like we're also called to do that, to be stewardess of Him through music naman. I think for me, itong movie na to, I really wanna dedicate to my parents. My parents ultimately. Well, hindi ko lang sila nabanggit kanina sa kasi I was going through the line of mga yun in the industry. But when I was starting po talaga in Cebu, it was my parents who were my mentors talaga when it came to my singing. My dad is a musician, so he was the one who was very strict with notes. My mom naman, when it came to performing, siya yung naga-guide naman po sa akin. And so I feel like working on this film, I really wanted to dedicate this film to them. I think they didn't just do that kasi sila yung magulang. Pero gusto din talaga nilang like they love music. I grew up in a very musical household. So for them to see na yung mga anak nila ay mahilig din sa music, that's very I feel like they're very happy to have that, and they've just been very, very supportive po sa akin sa career ko and sa lahat ng ginagawa ko ngayon. And so yun, I dedicated to them who took so much sacrifice para po maabot ko din yung mga pangarap ko ngayon. In our film po, most of the script is actually still in Tagalog, but there are parts in Bisaya. And also being a Cebuana din po, iba din yung dialect ng it's still Bisaya naman, and naintindihan ko pa rin naman sila as a Cebuana, pero iba yung intonations nila. They have more J's. And so that's also something that I had to learn and adapt for the filming of our film. Na may mga stuff na it's very Bohol and not very Cebu. Kasi Cebu medyo modern na kasi kami magsalita and mas may English na. Na-enjoy ko siya kasi syempre being here in Manila, I don't always get to talk to a lot of Bisaya unless nakikita sa mga events, sa mga artists. But when I was filming this, parang especially being in Bohol, nahahappy ako kasi I get to speak straight Bisaya with the kids, with yung mga namin, like yung mga prod na taga dun din. So it was very grounding for me to be able to do that film and to remind myself of my roots. And syempre, that's also one of the reasons why I wanted to still be a part of this film kahit na ilang years na rin yung dumaan since 2019, is because I wanted to also represent the Bisaya in that way. And so I'm glad I get to do that through this film also po.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Loboc Children's Choir.